The Museveni crime family has been thrown into a tirade of anger because of the coup that happened recently in Guinea. And the latest to jump on ship to air out his uncalled for opinion is baby Muhoozi Kainerugaba, also known as Muhoozi bin Museveni, also known as the son of Museveni. Now, in a recent tweet, Muhoozi bin Museveni cited mutinous troops, referring to, of course, Lieutenant Colonel Doumbouya of Guinea, that, quote, if our commander-in-chief gave us instructions, it wouldn't take the UPDF a day to discipline the mutinous troops like the ones in Guinea-Conakry, Muhoozi tweeted. Now, for those of you who are outside Uganda, you might be asking, how could an army general and the son of the president say such kind of things? For us in Uganda, we would be saying, what is Muhoozi drinking these days? Now, we are used to him drinking a certain brand of, intoxicants, but now it looks like he has gone a level up. So, as Ugandans, we would be asking, what is he drinking these days? Now, putting that aside, this prompted me to look into the both profiles and compare of Muhoozi as well as Doumbouya, and why Museveni and his son are so obsessed about the Guinean coup. What are they scared of? We all thought that they had control of the army. Does the Guinean coup threaten their grip on power? Well, this is the breakdown, and we are going to break down all these issues. Now, to start off, both officers, Muhoozi and Doumbouya, are highly trained, and clearly they have attended some of the most prestigious military schools in the world. Now, anyone with military ambitions would surely have wanted to attend Sandhurst, that is in the UK, and that is for Muhoozi, or the prestigious École de Gaulle in Paris, that is in France, like Doumbouya. Now, both received further military training in America and Egypt, that is for Muhoozi, while Doumbouya went to Israel, the United Kingdom, Gabon, as well as the United States too. As the old saying goes, experience is the best teacher. Attending a military school and becoming a proficient military officer or commander and being able to put into practice what is being taught in a military school are completely different things altogether. We surely hear about phrases like battle-hardened or the Lion of Mogadishu, and for that case, Lieutenant General Lokech. Such descriptions describe soldiers who have achieved a lot, both on and off the field. Right? Now, soldiers who can put into practice what they were told. And this brings me to an important issue, or the issue of missions accomplished. Now, without a hint of bias, Doumbouya, who is just 41 years old, has been to more missions than Muhoozi, meaning that Doumbouya has more experience than Muhoozi. Muhoozi's profile says that he has 20 years experience at 51 years. Now, majority of this time, according to me, has been spent running around different military institutions and colleges and attaining certificates altogether, rather than being in the trenches, rather than being at the real battle. And also, a sizable chunk of his experience has been on Twitter too. What percentage that accounts for, I really don't know. We also understand, like I have mentioned initially, his uncontrolled desire to always drink is also part of his experience, I guess. Now, Doumbouya, on the other hand, who is just 41 years old, has more experience. Like, he has been trained in different military colleges, but as well, Doumbouya has managed to accomplish several missions in different geographies. He was a former French legionnaire. The man served in Afghanistan, he served in Ivory Coast, Central African Republic, Djibouti, among others, giving him a wealth of experience in different geographies. So, of course, his CV says that he has 15 years of experience, right? And Muhoozi is 51. He has 20 years experience. So, 5 years short of Muhoozi. But of course, the years Doumbouya has spent traversing these different geographies is completely valuable, more valuable than Muhoozi's experience. And maybe Muhoozi, that is why he is envious about Doumbouya, because he is young and has achieved a lot in the shortest period of time. Now, if Doumbouya was actually a Ugandan military officer, he wouldn't be where he is today. because Museveni is quick to identify officers coming through the ranks that are likely to expose his son's inefficiency and his horrible military character, because that would spoil the future plans of Museveni. Now, as for Muhoozi, he has been to Congo, South Sudan, Somalia, and all these other countries, and I'll come to that in a later point. Now, whereas Muhoozi has attended different military courses as well as course units, he is never in the trenches. And that is where the most experience is. So that's why you see like people like Doumbouya connect with fellow soldiers and know their problems, creating a bond between Doumbouya as well as these soldiers. And that is why he is able to pull off things like he did recently. Now, for the likes of people like Muhoozi, they are completely in a different world, enjoying beer as well as aces. In my opinion, Museveni is cautious of putting Muhoozi on the front line simply because of what happened to Idris Deby, who got killed under murky circumstances for trying to play hero in Chad. By sending Muhoozi to faraway missions with battalions of soldiers who are armed to the teeth is something risky. Whereas it can improve Muhoozi's popularity among the military, the likelihood of him getting purged under unclear circumstances is high. Now, also you should understand that Museveni sent Muhoozi to military school to protect him and his family. By sending him far away to missions, this leaves Museveni vulnerable to many attacks from within and outside. Now, when it comes to ranks, Muhoozi has always been fast-tracked, right? Simply because he is a son of Museveni, rather than merit, because if it was merit, Muhoozi would not be holding the rank that he holds today. Now, as you may understand, this makes him unpopular within the armed forces, right? The UPDF, especially among those who have worked so hard and have been on the same rank for decades. The same could be said for Doumbouya, but except for sharing the same tribe, both being from the same clan, that is the Malinke clan, Doumbouya and Konde were not related at all in terms of, family. Now, Doumbouya rose to the rank of Lieutenant Colonel by merit and was made the head of the Special Forces Group because he was a proficient and a highly respected military officer with a wealth of unquestionable experience. Now, Muhoozi bin Museveni is no doubt a military officer who has risen through the ranks not because he is an intelligent officer. Judging by his actions, this gentleman has an IQ of just 32%. His own father can't even trust him with his own protection unit, although he has commanded it on and off. Now, for those who say he's being groomed to lead, my thought on the matter is Muhoozi is, though that might be true, okay, but his other purpose is to negotiate a safe passage for Museveni and his family in case things get out of control. And what I mean is in case Museveni is toppled, or in case Museveni is taken out of power in means that he never prepared for. So some people argue that the removal of Muhoozi from the Special Forces Command was a Museveni tactic. Well, Museveni knows his son is not up to the task and is extremely unpopular. In fact, Museveni's life is in much danger whenever Muhoozi is in command of the SFC because of his incompetence and drunken stoppers that he always has, that he normally experiences. So he would rather send him far away, but too near for his own safety. And of course, this is double-edged. Now, clearly, Museveni has come to the realization that Muhoozi has no balls to run the SFC on his own. As we speak, he always has to mind him, given his low military IQ. Doumbouya, on the other hand, is a clever and wise military officer who is calculative, and it took so little for him to grab power from the 80-year-old Konde in an almost bloodless coup. Now, Doumbouya's coup has become successful and iconic on the continent because Konde's popularity had hit rock bottom. Now, a similar situation that Museveni finds himself in today. Museveni is so unpopular that even if Muhoozi toppled him through a coup, people would not embrace Muhoozi and they pushed, even though Ugandans are so tired of the Museveni regime. Bini Museveni, the son of Museveni, brags about the intervention in the Congo, but we all know that the UPDF got a beating from the Rwandese forces in the Congo. Furthermore, we were struck with a bill of $4 billion to pay in terms of reparation to the Congolese government by the International Court of Justice because of the plunder and the atrocities that we committed in the Congo. The other issue is, in Somalia, where they are proud, Al-Shabaab didn't even bother with us. They just poisoned our food. It was a colossal disaster that we started even selling arms to the Al-Shabaab in order to fight them. In fact, our intervention in 2017 resulted into the expansion of Al-Shabaab. It resulted into the expulsion of Al-Shabaab, right? Insurgents. But that was just in Mogadishu. But the insurgents were not defeated. And they have resurfaced, meaning that there is nothing completely that we did in Somalia. What we were doing there, it was just, these were military guys who were hired to make money. And that is what exactly they did. In Sudan, if there is any impact that we made, is nothing. If you brought peace to Sudan, why are Ugandan merchants and truck drivers still being killed and no single word comes out of Muhoozi and his father? Now, one area that Bin Museveni, Muhoozi, really beats Doumbouya hands down is Twitter. I highly doubt if Doumbouya even holds a Twitter account. The social media general, that is Muhoozi, has spent more time on Twitter than any time on any battlefield anywhere in the world. Like literally, if you put the amount of time he has spent on battlefronts and the amount of time he has spent tweeting and putting out garbage there, he has spent more time doing garbage rather than doing something that calls for in the military. You know why? Because he is not up to the task. Now, the cowardly general, Muhoozi, cannot even handle criticism on the platform. He has blocked more people on his Twitter handle than any other Ugandan that I know of. I recently even heard that there is a Facebook group of people who have been blocked by Muhoozi. Now, if Muhoozi cannot even handle just a small reply on Twitter, how can he be able to crush Doumbouya? If Muhoozi thinks of himself as a true soldier, let him log out of his account and start doing actual work. Uganda will never accept or respect him if his father just hands power to him, just like everything has been in his life. Literally not working for anything. Now, soldiers like Doumbouya are highly respected and feared and have become iconic because they had nothing given or handed to them for free or a silver plate. They have worked hard for everything in their lives and not like the spoiled generals like the Muhoozis. That is why life and the people of Guinea are giving Doumbouya a chance to do the right thing. Now, it will be upon Doumbouya to either mess it up or it will be upon Doumbouya to go on another level that the Guinean people would love him. That is, if he does the right thing. Now, that's why senior military officers who are respected in Uganda can never be seen making such reckless, childish utterances. It is because these are people who have been to war, they are battle-hardened, and they really know what wars and battles are really like, unlike for the Muhoozis. So to me, Muhoozi actually appears like a person who was bullied while in military school at Sandhurst or at Fort Leavenworth in America, where he attended his other course. Because this explains his low self-esteem and drinking problem, seeking comfort behind the keyboard rather than face reality. The truth will remain that Doumbouya is way ahead of Muhoozi. You cannot compare the two at all. Doumbouya captured power without killing a single human being. Some estimates say that he killed 11, but 11 compared to what Museveni did last year in November, whereby he held an election and killed over 100 people. Thousands were arrested, thousands kidnapped, and thousands more are still being arrested for just an election. And then these are the same people that want to go and intervene in Guinea? Give me a break. You know why Guinea shocked Museveni and his son? Because the Guinean coup gave ideas to military officers of Uganda. You see, Museveni made some blunders just like Konde. Let me explain. Like Konde, Museveni has the SFC, while Konde had the SFG, that is Special Forces Group and Special Forces Command. Like Konde, the SFC is better armed and trained than the UPDF, leaving many disgruntled as well as dissatisfied soldiers. In the end, Konde got punished, and Museveni is worried about that. He knows that is imminent. Now, he is going to rush and make some reforms. Don't be surprised with Museveni making a few reforms, within the military by increasing their salaries, welfare of the soldiers in order to cover up that gap. We also understand that his son is now recruiting 2,000 more military officers, which is really interesting. If things get to the worst, we might see the SFC being disbanded or rebranded and put under the command of Muhoozi within the UPDF, regardless of his incompetence. Now, the entire role of all this is to negotiate a safe passage for Museveni and his crime family in the event of a coup, whereby they can go and live next to their bank accounts in the West. Now, unfortunately, paranoia and panic are going to take hold within their ranks, and this is going to lead to a purging of so many military officers within the country. Fingers crossed. Let us pray for the country. Let us pray for everyone. Let us pray for the legitimate, or for the true generals, for the true military men, for the true soldiers of Uganda, because right now they are going to face a tough time. You are going to see the carrot as well as the stick within the military, giving them a taste of their medicine. And that is maybe just politics. You see, there is that saying that they came for this one did not stand up. They came for the other one, this one did not stand up. And then when they came for me, there were no one left. They have been coming for Ugandans, and the military has always been looking on. But now it looks like they are coming for the military. I guess that is just politics, and it's all about survival. Okay, guys, thank you very much. If you enjoyed the episode, please endeavor to give it a thumbs up, a like, and all that kind of stuff. Let us meet in the next one. Have a blessed one. Bye.